Greetings everyone, so today I'm going to cover some reason why you might want to skip the new Echo Show 10 3rd generation. If you're on the fence about getting this new Echo Show 10 with the rotating screen, you can tilt it. It automatically rotates based on the location in the room that you're standing. Well, here are some things that I want you to consider if you're still on the fence to decide if you want to get this or not. Okay, so here's one of the first reasons why you might want to stay away from this and save your money. The first reason going to be if you don't do a lot of video chat. If you don't do a lot of video chat where you need the screen to follow you around the room while you're still talking, well, this is not going to serve you any purpose because it's just going to sit there and it probably will never rotate, because if you don't do that kind of stuff, then like I said, it's pretty much useless. Another reason why you might want to not spend so much money on this device, if you're not going to have any kind of cooking recipes that you do in the kitchen, like if you cook a lot, now this is good for that purpose because it's going to follow you around when you move from the counter to the stove or wherever in the kitchen. But if you're not doing anything like that in your kitchen, well, this is not going to serve you any purpose in the kitchen, because if you're not the person that hang out in the kitchen and cook a lot, well, this is just going to sit there. The screen is never going to be rotating around because you're never going to use the recipe feature. This thing has a feature built in where you can pretty much look around your room while you're not at home. But if you don't want to have that spying feature, you can always turn off the camera. But here's the deal. You have to have this thing in multiple rooms to really check out your house, because if it's only in your living room, that's the only room you can survey while you're away. But if there's things going on in other parts of the house, you can't tell, because if this is in the living room and something's going on in the kitchen, you can't tell what's going on in the kitchen, because guess what? You would need one in the kitchen and one in the living room and one in every other room in order to see the entire house, as far as hearing any kind of commotion that's going on inside your house. So not going to do you any good if you only get one. Now, one of the features that Amazon advertised about this product is you can be watching a movie, and while you're moving around, like for instance, you're in the kitchen cooking something, you're trying to watch one of your programs while you're cooking, instead of you moving around to see what's on the screen is going to just keep following you around every time you move. Well, if you don't plan on doing that kind of activity a lot, well, buying this device with the rotating screen is just going to sit there and, like I said, collect dust. It's never going to rotate because you're not using that feature. Now, here's the thing that's not really being advertised a lot. If this thing is in a low lit environment and the camera cannot pick up enough light, it's not going to respond. There's never going to be a rotating. Now, I'm not sure why Amazon didn't have a microphone built in that can pick up your location based on your voice, because the cylinder device, if you notice, the ring would change to a certain position based on where you're located in the room. At least the light part of the blue ring, it will always rotate to your position in the room. So I figured this device should be able to pick up your voice based on your location, even if you're in the dark. But it doesn't have that capability because it also needs light to locate you. So if the screen happened to be facing one way, when you walk into the room, it's not going to turn towards you until there's light. Okay, so even though you can turn the camera off by using your voice, once you close that shutter that cuts the camera off completely, the only way you can actually turn the camera back on is to open the shutter. So that's going to disable the rotation just because you turn the shutter off. I think you should be still able to have the screen rotate towards you by using your voice, just like I said with the Amazon Echo devices, the cylinder kind, by picking up your voice based on where you are in the room and not by camera locating you. So that's one of the flaws that I see in this device. You cannot have the camera shutter cut off and still be able to use the rotation of the device. But I believe that this device should be able to pick up your location based on your voice in the room, even if it approximates without using the camera. And like I said in the previous video, you got to make sure it's on a solid surface, because if you pick it up or it's leaning or anything like that, it's not going to rotate. So it has to be in the optimal position, the optimal light, and you have to have the best use case for it, whether you're using it to video chat, watch movies, or do recipes, to really take advantage of this new device. If those things are not going to fit in your criteria of lifestyle, well, guess what? You can go ahead and skip this one. The regular Echo Show 10 is still available. It's not right on the page, but you can search for it on Amazon and you can still find it. So it's still available if you still want it. I'm going to leave a link in the description to that one. Or you can just get the regular Echo Show 8, which is kind of like the perfect size one to get to fit in any room. And if you don't like that size, then you can still get the Echo Show 5 if you just want a nice little small one to deal with. Now, I'm not trying to tell you don't get it. You know, it's a nice device. I like the way it rotates and finds you in the room. It still has some flaws that need to be ironed out, but I just want to give you the reason why you might want to skip it and let you decide if this one is for you or not. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave it down in the comment section. Thanks for taking the time for watching. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.